Things in the world of cars are changing rapidly. In fact, they've changed more rapidly in the last 10 years than they have in the last 5 decades. Now, things like design and eco-friendliness and efficiency are far more important than power and performance and cylinders. There are, however, a few remnants left of that bygone era. The Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG is one of them. A car that cares less about how much fuel it burns and more about how it burns it. And that is to say, very rapidly, despite what its manufacturer would like to claim. A car that is part of the final death throes of the era of very large, very powerful petrol engines. The good news, if you like big, powerful petrol engines, is that they're not giving up without a fight, as we'll see with this S65. The bad news is that they're definitely a dying breed, and that's proved by the fact that if you wanted a brand new series production 12-cylinder turbo-powered car, you'd have exactly 3 options in South Africa. A Bentley Continental W12 Flying Spur, a BMW 760 IL, and this car. And if you want to win at a game of showing up your BMW and Bentley owning mates, you'd pick this car. Not just because it's the newest of the bunch, but because it has a whole lot of figures that the others simply can't match. It's by far the most powerful with 463 kilowatts. It has the most torque with 1,000 Newton meters. It's lighter than the Bentley but the same weight as the BMW, but has the fastest 0 to 100 time, 4.2 seconds. It also has the biggest boot, by the way. And even though it wins in all those categories, it's not the most expensive. In this region of the motor vehicle stratosphere, it's second, perhaps unsurprisingly, to the Bentley. But that doesn't mean it's cheap. Base price for the S65 AMG is a massive 2.8 million rand, and to put that into perspective, you could buy 2 S400 hybrids and still have change. That price also puts it firmly in the same playing field as a not-too-old second-hand Bentley Flying Spur, arguably a more prestigious thing in which to ponce about the place. Although perhaps less arguably, this is the more technologically advanced option, with everything from Merck's Magic Ride system that scans the road ahead and sets the suspension up for what's about to come, to a lithium-ion battery that powers the car, which is more efficient and lighter than a normal battery. Of course, not everybody spends that amount of money to have a better battery than the next guy. No, they spend that money so they can have what seems like all the power in the universe attached to their right foot and a barking V12 exhaust note to back it up. The S65, with its hand-built engine and well-deserved bragging rights, is a car that causes no shortage of confusion in your head when you're blessed with a bit of space in which you can test its abilities. It's confusing because the acceleration just doesn't happen the way you think it will. When you mash your foot into the thick pile carpets, which are standard, for a moment nothing happens. And then it absolutely assaults you with the way that it gathers speed. And while your brain is trying to calculate how that's all happening, your face just can't help light up like a 10-year-old on Christmas morning. It is phenomenally powerful once it's gathered itself together. Top speed is shamefully limited to 250 kilometers an hour because it feels like it'll go way, way beyond that. Certainly there's enough there to at least match the Bentley's unrestricted 312. The AMG Speed Shift 7-speed automatic is smooth and sharp, even under full attack from the engine. Helping you keep things in check when you unleash all that power of various systems, including AMG Sport suspension with different driving modes, and a dynamic cornering system that helps eliminate understeer while keeping you on your intended path. But there is almost nothing in this car that can disguise the fact that it is a large, lumbering 2-ton land barge masquerading as a sports car. And although it handles itself very well, it just doesn't involve the driver in the process at all. The S65 may have all the power in the world, but it doesn't for a moment forget that it is an S-Class. From the moment you open the door of this car, as you settle into its multi-contoured, electric ventilated massaging seats, as you interact with its top-class infotainment system that displays 2 sources at one time, as you enjoy the high-end Burmester sound system and set the interior lighting to suit your mood, you are overwhelmed with a sense of quality and comfort. Everything you touch, see, and interact with is solidly engineered and brilliantly finished. This isn't just a great luxury Mercedes-Benz, it's the best car in its class. And all that luxury and power is wrapped up in a machine that manages to hide its bulk under some very pretty sheet metal. Its sweeping lines have made this generation of the S-Class more elegant without sacrificing any presence. The AMG bits, including the silver grills and quad exhausts, certainly do a lot to underline that presence. This Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG is, as near as makes no difference, 3 million rand. But it is also a lot of car. It may not offer anything in terms of pure driver involvement, but it is immensely quick and it does an amazing job of managing its physics, all while delivering true luxury. The lack of 12-cylinder options on the market proves, to me at least, that this particular engine is a dying breed. But if you're in the market, best you make up your mind quickly before they're completely snuffed out. The 6-litre V12 twin-turbo is immensely powerful, shifting the big S-Class from 0 to 100 in the same time as a V8 Audi R8. The S65 AMG offers all the luxury, power and refinement you could expect for 3 million rand, and it is immensely impressive, but just a bit more money could buy you a Bentley.